Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about 3 foreigners arrested in the Philippines for practicing, or I should say illegally practicing medicine, irregularities found in the kidnapped Chinese student from BGC last week, Dine and Dash continues in Thailand, Thailand looks to be stricter screening new arrivals, plus much more, beginning with thanking everybody for joining me in this morning's live stream. We had a complete blast, over 60 to 70 people at one point for Asia Now. That's fantastic numbers. So thank you for joining me, asking questions. I got a lot more thanks coming up later on. And the main, not the main, but the USD to peso exchange, I haven't covered that for a few days. Right now, $1 equal to just about 58 pesos. Here's our main story. 3 Vietnamese nationals were arrested in Cavite for practicing medicine without proper licenses and permits. The arrest occurred on February 27th at a beauty lounge in Ima City, where they were performing unauthorized medical procedures like stem cell treatment, hair regrowth, and body sculpting. The suspect posed as doctors and lacked the necessary credentials to operate a medical facility or dispense medical products in the Philippines. Authorities seized various medical and cosmetic products, prescription medication, and client records. Whoa, those are some serious treatments. Imagine getting treated by a doctor that has no idea regarding stem cell, whatever. Stem cell sounds serious, like deep in your core, in your body. I don't even know what stem cell is, but I know it ain't something I know nothing about. But yeah, don't be doing no crimes. I mean, it's one thing to overstay your visa a couple days, but to be operating and practicing medicine in a country without being licensed, that's a whole nother level. And then the PNP Anti-Kidnapping Group Director Colonel Elmer Reggae was relieved of his duties due to alleged irregularities in the case of the rescued 14-year-old Chinese victim last week. The student was abducted on February 20th but was recovered safely, though there were questions surrounding the legitimacy of the operation. PNP Chief General Romel Marbel ordered a review to address public concerns and ensure transparency. The Senate is set to investigate the matter, and the PNP has promised full cooperation in the inquiry. Reports suggest that AKG may not have been responsible for the rescue operation, and there were claims that no ransom was paid. The whole story is a bit fishy. First, I'm not saying to try to suppress it, but nobody really covered it until it really got out. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But it seems like there were some irregularities. I wish they could be a bit more clear on what that is specifically. And I guess someone claimed responsibility for recovering the boy when actually they didn't. Some say ransom was paid. Some say it wasn't. There are pictures going around with the dude's pinky missing. There's a whole, they're trying to either shut this down or protect somebody, who knows. Or a lot of times these things are just Chinese on Chinese crime. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Let's go on to our next story. In another story, a warrant of arrest has been issued against former Minglanilla Vice Mayor Loben Gonzan and former Councilor Annette Gonzan, our siblings, for illegally fencing land in Barangay Callejon, Cebu, which blocked the public path. The fencing, built in April 2024, lacked the necessary permits. Despite receiving a notice from the Municipal Engineering Office, the violation, the 2 brothers continued to do the construction. Basically, a former mayor tried to build something that he wasn't supposed to be building. They told him, hey, bud, you got to stop it. Like, nah, I got this. And now there's an arrest warrant for them. Actually, they've been arrested based on the photos we're looking at. Yeah, I guess in this case, they're not above the law. In some positive news, soon overhead cables will no longer be seen along Cebu City Heritage District as the city begins to install underground cable wires around Plaza Sugbu in front of Cebu City Hall and the Basilica Menor del Santo Niño de Cebu. The initiative in the line with City Ordinance of 2750, which mandates the installation of underground utility power, television, and telecommunication cables throughout the Cebu City jurisdiction. The installation will initially pilot in the Heritage District, and if successful, it'll be expanded into the rest of the city. This is going to look great for the city, for its people, and just tourism as well, right? People trying to take photos, walk around. It might be really positive for, I think, definitely to go ahead and put those spaghetti wires underground. It's like a hiccup at the same time, So yeah, good stuff. I hope it's successful and they continue to do it all around the city, which I love going out when it's not hot. In some more positive news, colorful sailboats with native outriggers compete in the 30-kilometer course from Villa Arvalo district in Iloilo City towards portion of Guimaras and back to the same place. The race is the main sailing event of the 52nd Iloilo Para Regatta Festival. I guess the sailboat festival. I know these are very colorful, and Iloilo itself is actually very colorful. That's one thing I was really surprised when I was there. Color was everywhere, just like, but not in like that rainbow shit. I'm talking about actual color seemed appropriate. Cool stuff. Now, off to Thailand. A Danish tourist declines hospital treatment after being shanked. Whoosh! A Danish tourist was shanked in Pattaya on 28th February when he refused hospital treatment or to cooperate with the police. Identified as Daniel suffered wounds to his arm and head, but declined to press charges or provide details about the situation. Authorities are reviewing CCTV footage, though their investigation may be hindered by his lack of cooperation. The incident follows separate pokings in January involving Russian tourists and all these other people. I'm assuming people's got drunk. He probably doesn't have medication, or insurance. And also, maybe it was one of his buddies. He talked a lot of nonsense and got him some jabbing with a butter knife, I guess. In Phuket, Thailand, Phuket is cracking down on illegal foreign workers and substance-related crimes with stricter immigration enforcement. In 2023, authorities revoked 194 visas and deported 998 people, primarily for working without permits or engaging in illicit activities. Officials are now collaborating with international consulates to conduct more thorough screening of new arrivals. This includes checking for active arrest warrants, blacklist status, and ensuring the visitors have sufficient funds and clear travel plans. One of the biggest concerns is foreigners illegally working as tour guides, an offense that carries severe penalties, including arrest, deportation, and lifetime bans from re-entering Thailand. I'm surprised they weren't doing all that beforehand. They weren't checking for arrest warrants or whether they were blacklisted and all that. Okay, the funds thing, I understand, maybe not that important when a country is inviting 40 million people. But yeah, I think it definitely needs to be controlled. It's getting really out of hand in Thailand, all over the place. Phuket, Pattaya, of course, Bangkok, even Pai, Chiang Mai, you can name all the major places. Koh Phangan, even some Nigerian dude got caught with like 240,000 baht worth of coke on him. So, there's a bunch of stories out there. You just go online, put it in Thailand and crime or whatever, you'll be surprised. And lastly, in Thailand, 2 foreign couples have been exposed for DINE dash scheme at multiple restaurants in Phuket, leaving unpaid bills and frustrated business owners. CCTV footage captured the individuals enjoying meals before casually walking out without settling the tabs. Local restaurant owners have shared their concerns, urging authorities to take action against these repeat offenders. Phuket hospitality sector is already facing challenges, and incidents like this only adds to the strain on the local restaurant and business owners. No shame. Imagine just eating and walking out. Garbage people. And now it's time for a segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. But before we do that, I want to thank someone who bought me 3 coffees and says, "A little support, much appreciate your channel." And Robert, who bought me 5 coffees, says it looked and sounded like the Italian guy has an alcohol problem and he's well over 18. Haha. Well, that's definitely a comment regarding that Italian dude coming out of the water, throwing a temper tantrum. As well as me saying, or we're talking about the legal age of being 18 drinking in the Philippines. And of course, thank you guys for enjoying these videos. I appreciate that. According to the first comment, a little support is definitely going a long way. You guys watching this is what keeps motivating me to make these videos. So thank you guys for watching, subscribing, of course, donating, hitting that thumbs up button, commenting, and just checking in with me daily. Here are some of the top comments. Amigo2K10 says, "What's going on with these adults throwing 2-year-old tantrums?" Yeah, this is the same kind of topic about that guy coming out of the water. Steve said the legal age of consumption of alcohol in the Philippines is 18. However, underage drinking is widespread. It's not really enforced, and it's easy to buy alcohol from sari-sari and convenience stores without ID. Good point. Gurkha says, "Next time you're in Canada, get a Freedom prepaid line for 1 year and use Wi-Fi calling. Set it up in Canada first. If you have a second Philippines phone number with data, you can hotspot that or just use normal Wi-Fi to make calls as if you're in Canada from that Freedom line. It's what I use and it works." Excellent tip, and thank you, because I asked you guys what do you use to make phone calls. A lot of you guys have some suggestions, but I should have been more clear. I meant to say make phone calls to landlines. Of course, I can use WhatsApp, Skype, well, I guess no longer after May, WhatsApp, Viber, or Instagram to make video calls to friends and family. I was talking about the banks and like 1-800 numbers, landlines. So thank you guys for all the tips. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. For all